everyone, and welcome to the channel. And today we will be starting another multi-parted series. We haven't had one since the second episode, which was divided in 3 videos. So this one will be dedicated to the customs that I have for Dinobots. Most of these, all of them except for one, are all the Power of the Prime Dinobots that were released a few years ago. Except these are the oversized KO that came out from Black Mamba. I want to say about just over a year ago. And we will be looking at each one individually in their own video. But here's just a quick group shot of all of the Dinobots. So the small one, this one right here up front, this Grimlock, this is a I forgot what it's called, Dino King from KBB, which is a knockoff of another third-party figure that came out. I forget who made it, but it's a model kit, figure that you put together, but it does transform. So we'll see that one when we feature the Grimlocks. So right now, so just to clear up, so the ones that are the oversized KOs are all of them except for the Grimlock here in the middle and the one here up front. This is like I said, this is from a third party. This is the original Hasbro release, and all of the others are the KOs. So in today's video, we're just gonna focus on one, and we're gonna focus first on Swoop. So I'm going to pause the video and get a better camera here, get better camera angle here, and set up everything better. So I'm gonna pause and we'll be right back. Okay, so here we have a Swoop. None of these, except for one of them, was customized in terms of like doing something to the figure, like enhancements or modifications. All of them except for one, but all of them have just added paint applications done to them. The main thing that I did on all of these is just try and replicate paint jobs from the original figures that came out in the 80s, as well as based them on several releases that have come out throughout the years from different from Hasbro or from third-party figures that came out. So I took inspiration from all of those to create these customs. So with Swoop, one of the main things, of course, with him is his wings. So on him, what I did was, at the time I didn't have any like silver or chrome paint. So what I ended up using was an aluminum, I said that right, aluminum paint, metallic paint. And I think it came out looking pretty good, actually. You can see here some of the added detail that I gave to the back of the wings here. some metallic blue, some reds, some gold, right? Just to accent some areas. So let's take a close up here. Here you can see that detail on the figure, and just some of the spots that I decided to accent. So it's on the same on the other side. And then these accents here, this paint accents on his back. And on the back of his legs, these. And then if we flip them over, we'll see more of that, with those accents added to the front of the wings. So all were metallic paints, right? And the wings can move, right, back and forth. The sword, all of the swords that came with these figures were just a, you can see from the handle. Let me, from the handle, they were all in that transparent red color. So you can even see some of that poking through in some areas. I have to go over the black one more time. But all of the figures came with the same sword. So I try to give each one a different look. So on Swoop, I gave him black and silver. Let's just keep the sword out of his hand for a moment. And then let's just take a closer look at what else I did on the figure. So the head, I painted that. The entire head was, I'm trying to remember, part of the head was red, and then the rest was black. So to make him look like the actual classic figure, I painted everything. This was already red. Like, I think the front half of his head was black and everything. I'm sorry, red, and then the rest was black. But I decided to paint everything red, and then accent his brow. Let me raise the camera a little bit here. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, so you can the brow, you could say, that was I believe that was red as well. So I painted that black. The eyes, I forget what color they were, but they weren't blue, so I painted, I think they were red. I don't remember if they were orange or yellow or something like that. But yeah, I painted them metallic blue. Okay. And then his shoulders, those were all black, like on the bicep, and I painted them in this metallic gray, and I'm sorry, not metallic, gunmetal, and then this metallic blue accent. The forearm and the metallic green, that was already on the figure. And then I added this accent here on the abdomen. and I painted his waist and I guess you can call them trunks, blue. They were all they were in a these were black, and this was a the gray, like the forearm. So I painted those blue. Try to color match as best as I could the blue from the plastic. There are some scrapes, and you can see here. But there's you know, scratching and some paint rub going on in some areas. I may have already touched them up. I'm trying to remember. Right here on the top of the hip here, you can see some of the paint come off. But yeah, for the most part, you know, like I've said many times, when you modify and paint transformers, you will get some of that paint rub eventually when you transform the figures, or when you try and pose them. Sometimes, you know, parts will rub against each other, so that's what happened in this case. And let's see, the side of the legs, these were a red color. I decided to add a slight metallic red. It's not, I purposely did not want a really shiny metallic red, so I mixed up the paints more, you know, like 2 parts red to 1 part metallic paint, so to, you know, keep the metallic to a minimum, the metallic look to a minimum. And then these red accents here on his feet. And I believe that is all on the, let me see. Oh, and underneath the feet here on the shins, all of that metallic silver paint. Just to break up all of the gunmetal color of the plastic. And oh, and also some accents here on these, I guess, like knee guards, you could say, right here. Right, and some of these little details right here. Again, just to break up the monotony of the plastic. And then right here, these accents, these were painted in gunmetal gray. This and this right here, as well as on the back, these parts right here and here. And these ones right here. So yeah, all in all, this was a cool figure to work on. All of the Dinobots were pretty cool to work on. Now let's see what it looks like in his Dino mode. I'm going to pause again, and when I come back, the figure will be transformed. Okay, so here we have Swoop in his what is it, pterodactyl mode. And unlike other Transformers where most of the work and the detail is done to highlight the robot mode on these ones, all of the work that you do actually showcases in both modes. Sometimes even better in Dino mode. So in this case, again, his wings are pretty prominent in both modes, so that's what's instantly gonna draw everybody's eye to the figure. But as you look at him, all over, you're gonna see that all of the work that I did is gonna be highlighted, right? So like these things that I showed in his on his shins, the top, the metallic blue on the top of his feet, all of those accents on the wings, right? Even these ones here on the side of his dino legs, you could say, right? The metallic blue on the side here, on the side of his legs, are prominent here in Dino mode. And even underneath, again, you can see the blue here on his chest and the blue on his his waist. So again, despite this is probably one of the better efforts in regards to the Dinobots, despite the gimmick that they had for this series, where they were all combiners to form a Volcanicus. This figure didn't really suffer too much from the gimmick, and we will see the other figures how they look like, and see if because of the combiner nature that they were designed with, how it affected those figures individually. But as far as Swoop goes, he turned out pretty well in my opinion. So yeah, so this is pretty much it for this video. Let me just get him here standing just to close out the video. And yeah, as a kid, I never owned any of the original Dinobots. So, and when I started collecting again a couple of years ago, a few years ago now, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, this set had already came out. The original set had already come out by Hasbro, but then these oversized versions came out, and I took advantage and I got them. So it's cool that I finally have a set of Dinobots, and of course now in the Studio series they're coming out with more modern G1 cartoon style Dinobots. Right now I only have the Grimlock, and slowly, hopefully, I'll work up that collection as Hasbro releases more figures. So yeah, this will be it on this one, and I'm gonna stop this video and instantly start recording the next part. So I'll see you on the next one.